Definitely, for sure. Want to talk about Chavez Jr., Canelo. You know, to me, he didn't look how he normally looks. I mean, normally he likes bullying guys, gets him against the ropes. There were times Canelo put himself against the ropes.
Right.
Chavez just couldn't pull the trigger. I know he mentioned it was the weight. You know, some people are saying just kind of Canelo didn't allow him to, maybe a combination of both. Kind of being on the Chavez side, tell me about that.
I think you just answered the question pretty much. I mean, absolutely, he believed that he could pull the weight down and be strong. I think we misjudged that. And then, you know, the inactivity. He really hasn't been active the last few years. So all that on top of, people don't realize Canelo Alvarez is a very good fighter. So there's no shame in what happened when you get in there and you have a game plan and all of a sudden the body don't work. Canelo's doing a little better than you anticipated. So now you're trying different things and it's just a real bad night. But, you know, people take away from Canelo. Canelo's a great fighter. Why is he fighting Triple G? Supposedly, you know, pound for pound, they're all in the top, you know, 5 in the world. So you got to give Julio, you got to say, I mean, he was there, but at the end of the day, 168 pounds is where I think he can really still make his mark.
I know he was calling out Danny Jacobs afterwards. Obviously, that would have to be at 168 pounds. Danny Jacobs fights at middleweight. It doesn't seem plausible for that reason. I mean, what's next for Julio? Is he still just kind of taking a break? I mean, like you said, the layoff was a problem, so you don't want him out of the ring for too long.
Right. You know, we haven't spoke about it a lot. You know, Al Heyman's his advisor, Guadalupe Valencia, his attorney. But what I'd like to see, to come back in October, November against a top 10 guy, but not, you know, Danny Jacobs. Have one fight, get active, get busy, just get down to the weight and get everything going. And then in 2017, look at the landscape and see what's out there.
Do you feel that, because, you know, boxing fans are pretty harsh,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So after a performance like that, I mean, he does still have the name recognition. He does kind of have the history of still performing big fights. Do you think he'll get kind of embraced again, kind of back into the hearts of fans? Because there was a lot of fans that were, you know, on his side that night.
Let me put it this way: it's going to take it won't be immediately. You know, they love his father. They love the Chavez. Chavez, still with the right people, can make a impact in this sport. Can make great fights. One fight, 2 fights don't define everything you've done. He let down a lot of people. A lot of people were disappointed. So it's going to take a fight back for him to show his fans that, hey, there was issues. I mean, we hate excuses, but they're part of life. I mean, it happens. So I think if he comes back, he has a great fight. Boxing's very forgiving. They'll say, hey, the weight, it was this. He still comes back and makes just a great showing. And then things will work out in 2017.
A couple big fights I want to get your take on. Well, you could call it a fight, I guess. It's more of an event, you know, Mayweather versus McGregor. What are your thoughts on it? The press tour is kind of wrapping up today. It's been nuts about the press tour. What do you think about, you know, the fight itself, the press tour, kind of all that?
I loved it. I had a great time. I went to the Staples. I was there live. People love entertainment. People buy WWE, and we know what's going to happen in that. At least here, there's still an element. People can say Mayweather's going to kill him. People can say McGregor's going to do okay. But it's not a scripted, you know, it's a fight. And anything can happen in a fight. So nobody forces anybody to buy anything. If you don't like it, just don't buy it. Be quiet. You know, don't be involved. But there's a lot of people that do like it. And me, myself, I'm Irish. I like McGregor. I like what he does. I've been a huge supporter of Mayweather. I worked with him years ago. So to me, I'm buying it. I'll be there. I'm going to see it. It's you know, it's going to be interesting, to say the least.
Do you feel, so this is kind of the main question I've been asking kind of boxing heads is, do you feel that Mayweather knocks him out? Because Conor is a big guy. Mayweather's not known to knock out a lot of guys, but the word is that Conor kind of gasses. Obviously, he's never been in a boxing match before, never won 12 rounds, kind of all those things. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that Mayweather could get him out of there?
Well, if you look at it on paper, that's what's supposed to happen. But Mayweather's a little older. He's 40. McGregor does have some size on him. But he's never really fought 3 minutes of each round for 12 rounds. So logically, you would think somewhere in there that Mayweather should stop him, you know, maybe in the middle rounds. But again, you know, it's boxing. Exactly. You hit someone in the head, anything can happen. Someone get hit in the body. Conor looks like he could punch some. So at the end of the day, logically, from a boxing standpoint, Mayweather should handle his business. He's beat everybody, the best in the world. But it's still element of surprise. You just never know.
And just kind of last subject I want to talk to you about. Canelo versus Triple G. It got announced that night. What are your thoughts on that? I know Chavez was saying, he sparred with, well, obviously he fought Canelo, he sparred with Triple G, and his kind of thoughts on it was that Triple G was going to knock him out. What are your thoughts?
I think Canelo is the better, like counter punching and better speed in there. But I still think as the fight goes on, Canelo may come out like Kell Brook and get off to a nice start. He's got great hand speed. He's very underrated at counter punching. He's not that fast on the feet. So I think as the fight goes on somewhere, Triple G should wear him down, and maybe, if not a decision, maybe a late round stoppage. But in a great fight, because Canelo, like I said, I've seen it firsthand. You can't take it for granted. Dude's got skills. He knows how to fight. He's got great rhythm. He's got timing. He's got all that. But Triple G seems to have this power that's kind of freaky, And the last thing I want to say is Cesar Juarez, WBO #1 in the world. He just got the mandatory for Jesse Magdaleno. So we're looking for big things in October. Hopefully Top Rank will put on the fight. The reason I say that is Cesar Juarez is like a Salido. It's like these warriors that when you see them fight or you buy their fight, you get your money's worth. You see that type of match.
I was going to ask you, so what's kind of in the works for yourself? Obviously Cesar Juarez. What else is going on with some of the other guys maybe I haven't mentioned?
Right now just working, helping. I got a tremendous Filipino that he's not the next Manny Pacquiao, but he's the next thing from the Philippines. He's IBF world champion Jerwin Ancajas, 115-pounder. He fought the co-feature
on the Australia card.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that kid's good. I like that kid.
Destroyed his mandatory. Yeah. He's just a humble kid. Really, really good skills. So with all these 115-pounders going, he's right in that mix. So that's it.
Tell the fans where to follow you, man. I know you're heavy on Instagram.
You can find me Instagram under Knucklehead something, and Facebook under Woody.
Sean, appreciate your time, sir. Thank you very much.